Hi everyone, welcome to the live test on India's nuclear doctrine. Like all our live tests, each question here has 5 seconds for you to answer them, after which we'll be discussing the correct answers. There are 10 questions in this quiz. I'm Ritrisha from GK today and let us begin. When did India formally adopt its no first use nuclear policy? Your time starts now. And the correct answer is May 2003. So, a no first use policy refers to a pledge by a nuclear power not to use nuclear weapons as a means of warfare unless first attacked by an adversary using nuclear weapons. The Indian government's stated position till now has been that the nuclear weapons are solely for deterrence and India will only pursue a policy of retaliation. India pledged its no first use policy immediately after Pokhran 2 tests in 1998. However, it was formalized only in May of 2003. Which among the following countries have pledged a no first use policy till date? 1. India, 2. China, 3. France, 4. USA. Your time starts now. And the correct answer is 1 and 2. So, India and China are the only two countries who have pledged no first use policy, China being the first to make said pledge. Pakistan, Russia, the United Kingdom, the United States, and France say that they will use nuclear weapons against either nuclear or non nuclear states only in case of invasion or other attack against their territory or against one of their allies. So, the difference between this and no first use is that no first use is applicable only when attacked by a nuclear power with nuclear weapons. Which doctrine in India's nuclear policy based on? Your time starts now. And the correct answer is credible minimum deterrence. So, credible minimum deterrence is the principle on which India's nuclear strategy is based, which means India's nuclear weapon system must be able to withstand a first strike by an adversary, allowing us to retaliate with sufficient force to prevent such an attack in the first place. This means India has warheads on missiles in silos as bombs carried by bombers or cruise missiles, missiles on submarines, etc. That is, we're prepared to attack back in case of an attack. Which of the following is not a benefit of no first use policy? And your time starts now. And the correct answer is option C. So option A, B and D, which is no first use policy adopted by India, portrays it as a responsible nuclear power, prevents international opposition to its nuclear decisions, and keeps China's no first use policy in place as well. These are all the benefits of no first use policy. However, nuclear policies don't necessarily affect trade relations unless sanctions are put in place, which is why option C, which says helps India forge foreign trade relations with other nuclear powers, is not an advantage of no first use. What was the code name for India's 1974 nuclear bomb test? And your time starts now. Correct answer is Smiling Buddha. Smiling Buddha was the assigned code name of India's first successful nuclear bomb test on 18th May 1974. The bomb was detonated on the army base Pokhran test range in Rajasthan by the Indian Army under the supervision of several key Indian generals. So this was a military operation headed by scientists. Now, the head of this entire nuclear bomb project was the director of the Bhabha Atomic Research Center, who was Raja Ramana at that time. The designer and creator of the bomb was P.K. Iyengar, who was the second in command of this project. The nuclear supplies group was formed in reaction to Indians testing their nuclear power, and this was to check international nuclear proliferation. So the international response to India's first ever nuclear test was the creation of nuclear suppliers group. This is an important information to keep in mind. is regarded as the father of India's nuclear program? Your time starts now. This is a rather easy one. And the correct answer is Dr. Homi Jehangir Bhabha. Dr. Homi Jehangir Bhabha was an Indian-born nuclear physicist who made an important contribution to quantum theory and cosmic radiations. He is known as the father of Indian nuclear program, and he was instrumental in starting off India's nuclear research. He was the first chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission of India, and he is one of the builders of modern India. You can check out a video on India's evolution into the country we see today and the people who build it on our channel. The link is in the description below. So this is Dr. Homi Jehangir Bhabha. How many test explosions constituted Pokhran 2 in 1998? Your time starts now. Correct answer is 5. The Pokhran 2 tests were a series of 5 nuclear bomb test explosions conducted by India at the Indian Army's Pokhran test range in May 1998. Many names have been assigned to these tests, but originally they were collectively called Operation Shakti 98, and the 5 nuclear bombs were designated Shakti 1 through to Shakti 5. Which of the following countries is not a nuclear power? Your time starts now. And the correct answer is Germany. Now, under NATO nuclear weapons sharing, the United States has provided nuclear weapons for Belgium, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands and Turkey to deploy and store, but none of them have their own program. So you can see in here the map. So NPT are those China, France, Russia, United Kingdom, United States, all members of the UN Security Council who have signed the Non-Proliferation Treaty. Other states that have nuclear weapons but have not signed the treaty include India, North Korea, Pakistan. And the weapon sharing states are Belgium, Germany, Italy, Netherlands and Turkey. And there are some states which formerly possessed nuclear weapons but no longer do. These are Belarus, Kazakhstan, South Africa and Ukraine. When was the Treaty of Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons first signed? Your time starts now. And the correct answer is 1968. The Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, commonly known as the Non-Proliferation Treaty or NPT, is an international treaty whose objective is to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons and weapons technology, to promote cooperation in the peaceful uses of nuclear energy, and to further the goal of achieving nuclear disarmament and general and complete disarmament. Between 1965 and 1968, the treaty was negotiated by the 18-Nation Committee on Disarmament, which was a United Nations sponsored organization based out of Geneva in Switzerland. Now, 4 UN member states have never accepted this treaty. 3 of them have nuclear weapons. Now, India, Israel and Pakistan are the 3 who have nuclear weapons but have not accepted the treaty. In addition, South Sudan, which was founded in 2011, has not yet joined in. India has held the position that non-proliferation treaty is unfair and puts all the power in the hands of the Big Five. Which is the first country to have a civil nuclear agreement with India? Your time starts now. And the correct answer is France. After India's waiver from the nuclear suppliers group, both nations, France and India, signed an agreement that would pave the way for sale of French-made nuclear reactors to India on 30th of September 2008. Although India and America were in between a similar deal since 2005, due to the long wound process, France was the first country to have such a deal with India. That's all for this video. If you liked it, do like and share and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.